If you hold Ondo, you need to see this video to the end. I'm going to tell you if Ondo is going to be a painful hold going forward, or if all of this FUD is priced in and it's going to $20 plus in 2025. And yes, this video is about the massive unlocks that are coming up. And I believe that most of the information that's going around on Reddit and X regarding the unlocks is just plain wrong and will cost you a lot of money. Full disclaimer for this video, I made a lot of profit on Ondo in 2024. In fact, I was the first person on YouTube to call this token. I bought it as soon as it got listed on Mexi. So I do have a bit of a soft spot for Ondo, and the CEO of Ondo is in my Discord server, shout out to him. But despite all of that, I'm going to be unbiased and tell you exactly what you need to know. This is going to be the framework for this video. First, I'll discuss the bull case for Ondo, and then I'll dive deep into the tokenomics. I'll compare this unlock to a couple of other ones in the past, and then finally, I'll give you my price prediction and also tell you whether or not I'd keep holding Ondo myself. First things first, I would say this token has probably the best set of narratives of any altcoin. First of all, tokenization, RWA, is being shilled by Larry Fink himself. The token is the leader of RWA, and it's literally in direct partnership with BlackRock. Not only that, Trump's project has been buying Ondo, and also US-based cryptos may be a narrative on its own soon with the way Trump is promoting them. If you didn't know, Ondo is New York-based. A lot of these reasons are why I bought it in January 2024, and if you hold this token, I totally understand why. It's got literally everything going for it. In terms of safety and reputation that's associated with a project like this, it's exactly the sort of thing that retail investors will love. But there's a difference between this analysis back then and now. This portion of the analysis is no longer valid. The big scary unlocks are finally here, and if you don't know how it's going to work and what might happen, you could be in for some serious pain. And I don't mean pain in terms of it's going to dump 50% in a single day. I don't think there's any chance that happens, but it might be a different type of pain, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that right now. But yes, narrative-wise, this is one of the best coins in crypto without a shadow of a doubt. But now let's get into what actually matters, the tokenomics. First of all, right off the bat, I need to address something. People on Reddit and X are claiming that these token unlocks don't happen all in one day and that it's a monthly linear unlock. I did a lot of digging, and aside from people speculating on X without any backup or proof, I could find no actual evidence of this claim over here. I joined the Telegram. None of the moderators and team will address the question. Will all the tokens unlock in one day like this, or is it monthly over 2025? Personally, I'm sticking with the information that we have at our disposal. On their official documents, it shows that the tokens are set to unlock all in one day. Now, I believe this number and this fact is what's scaring all of these retail people. They think that when these tokens are unlocked tomorrow, it's going to cause massive sell pressure and drive the token down 50% in a single day. I don't think that's going to happen. But I just wanted to point out that, look, you need to be wary of where you get your information from, because there's a lot of people like this claiming things, but there's no actual backup or proof. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is monthly, but the official documents say that it isn't. CoinMarketCap says that it isn't. And CryptoRank also says that it's all in one day. The team themselves won't give clarity, and that begs the question why. The point is, I don't think it makes too much of a difference whether this is all tomorrow or spread out over the next 12 months, because the VCs are not going to dump it all in one day. They don't want to create a bad name for themselves by nuking the token, even if they do get it all in one day. So based on the current information that's available, it's all unlocking tomorrow on January 18th. Another piece of information I want to share with you is the fact that there's likely more sell pressure than just these private sale unlocks. Look at protocol development. It says core contributors. I think that's just another word for team tokens. And the team got those tokens for free, and they're sitting on a lot of profit. So I don't believe it's just 300 million tokens in private sales that's unlocking. The protocol development will also have some team tokens that may also be sold as well. We don't know how much of this is going to be sold or how much of it they're planning to sell, but it is information we need to keep in mind that no one is talking about. And I'll factor this in when I give my verdict at the end. Now, we've discussed what's going to happen. VC tokens and team tokens will likely be unlocking. Let's go one level deeper. We know the team is sitting in pure profit, but what about the VCs? So the VCs are currently up around 100x on this token, I've seen some delusional people say that the VCs won't be interested in selling because it's not enough profit for them. You need to remember that Ondo is a governance token that's been pumping this entire bull market on speculation. It has no utility. If you go to the actual Ondo website and type in Ondo or Ondo token, there's no actual mention of the Ondo token itself. I was hoping that maybe they'd create some utility for the Ondo token or create some value accrual to the token via their products like the stablecoin. And with a more pro-crypto government, maybe they'll be able to do that, but that's just speculation. Let's stick with the facts that we have right now. VCs up 100x on a speculative governance token. Me and you would take profits, and so would they. Okay, so we know that these guys are in big profits, but what are they actually doing with their tokens? Luckily for us, all of this information is publicly available on the blockchain. If you take a look at Pantera Capital's wallets, they've already started shifting around some of their Ondo tokens to fresh wallets. So you can see this one over here, Pantera Capital to a fresh wallet. Again over here, you can see activity as recent as 4 days ago. If we take a look at this specific cold wallet, which holds a lot of Ondo tokens, a lot of these Ondo tokens are being dispersed to numerous fresh wallets. And in fact, some of these tokens are already being sent to Coinbase ahead of the unlocks. To me, let's face it, it does look like preparation to be transferred to exchanges to be sold. And in fact, as I was recording, I just got confirmation on that. There are actually some tokens being transferred to Coinbase. And finally, this is a killer point I need to make for this video. The reason Ondo was able to 20x this bull market was because even this market cap that you see over here isn't actually like maybe 100% right. One of the big reasons I bought it was because the real float, even compared to what was over here, was likely really small. And that's what made it so easy to pump. But that's a double-edged sword as well. Now a lot of the supply will be in the hands of VCs who will likely want to take some profit. I'm not saying for 100% that they're going to sell. I'm just making you aware of the information that we can see in the market. I see this comparison a lot on X. The comparison to Solana's unlock at $3 and how it went to $260 right after. Let's talk about this. A big reason why Solana pumped this hard was because it raised almost $500 million, and also because of the token utility. People had to buy Solana to transact on it and trade the NFT boom that took place on there. It had flywheel tokenomics, none of which Ondo has. If we compare it to Sui for this bull market, the unlocks for Ondo are a lot higher than what it was for Sui. And also Sui is an outlier case. If you look at other major unlock events in crypto for this bull market, the tier unlock is a good one. As you can see, once the unlocks took place, tiers basically suffered when you compared it to the general altcoin market. This chart I have over here is tier over the altcoin index. As you can see, post unlock, it did awful. Another example is Pith. It had big unlocks and then the token doesn't do well afterwards. But then again, Ondo does have a great narrative, unlike Pith and unlike Tier. Now what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to tie in this entire video and tell you clearly what I think likely happens to Ondo going forward. And I'd like to remind you that no one knows for sure what's going to happen to this in the future. Maybe they add utility to Ondo and Larry Fink makes an ETF for it and it goes to $100. I can't predict those sorts of developments, but what I can do is consolidate all the current information in one place. So the pros for Ondo are killer narrative, probably the best in crypto as a whole. The negatives are VCs are already up 100x. If Ondo goes to $10, they're up 1000x. Do you think they're going to wait for that 1000x to take profit? Probably not. A counter argument to that might be that the market will absorb a lot of that selling, so I've marked it down. It's a fair point. Other negatives are the team tokens are in the mix too, which a lot of people don't mention, and we have no idea how much of that is. Another negative is it's just a governance token. It doesn't have flywheel tokenomics, so the comparisons to Solana don't really make sense. Another negative is think about post unlock, what this market cap is going to look like. Around 4.2 billion. A lot of people will look at this after Ondo does a 4x from here and say, you know what, $20 billion for a governance token with no utility seems too expensive. And also the FDV will be around 50 billion. One more thing I need to share with you on the technical charts is the relative weakness we've been seeing with Ondo against Bitcoin. Now you can say that this is fear and the unlocks are being priced in And you know what? I 100% agree. Look how heavily Ondo is being shorted right now. But looking at the overall picture in front of me, this is my verdict. Ondo has a great narrative. It's a great platform for crypto, and I really like it. I believe it's a mistake to think that this is just going to dump instantly as soon as the unlocks come out. I actually believe nothing is going to come from these unlocks. Like in terms of price action, I don't think it's even going to make a dent in the chart on the high time frames. But what I do think happens is Ondo will go up, but not nearly as much as people expect it to. People don't see this side of crypto now, but there's too many tokens, and there's plenty of examples of tokens that did nothing for a year because of different issues and tokenomics issues. It's entirely possible, like with Pith, the bull market rages on, but Ondo simply can't keep up with Bitcoin anymore. And all you see is something like this, where you get a slow bleed and then it just chops and ranges for ages. It's 100% possible. Price-wise, Ondo could definitely range between $2 to $3 for all of 2025. I would say my best case, being perfectly honest, is maybe a 4 to 6x from here. But there's also significant stall risk. Stall risk is when a token just ranges for ages as the whales distribute and the buyers can't overpower them. The risk here, of course, is that the bull run explodes and a lot of coins give amazing gains and Ondo doesn't. If I was an Ondo holder, I wouldn't be worried about the short term down here. I would be worried about the long term. I'd be worried about the realization in 6 months from now that actually I might have just missed the entire bull run holding this coin that isn't really performing. So I would do this. Keep an eye on the Ondo BTC chart. You need this coin to reclaim this cloud over here, the 25 EMA daily trend as soon as possible. Keep an eye on that. Type in Ondo USD over BTC USD and you'll be able to get this chart. I believe this cycle is more important than ever to be in the right altcoins. It's not like 2021 anymore where everything goes up and it's a lot more forgiving. My service is entirely focused on altcoin research. I research altcoins full time. That's how I found Ondo at 13 to 15 cents in the first place. Also, if you want a place to discuss all the altcoins you're holding, you can do so with my team in the Portfolio Workshop channel. We actually give you a proper response. There might be issues with certain altcoins that you're not aware of that my team can help point out. And of course, you'll get access to the Influencer Wallet Tracker. The whole point of this service is to basically give you a high quality source of information in regards to altcoins, to cut out all the confusion and the BS. I will be raising the prices soon because I plan to expand the service. So get in and lock in the current price. I'll leave the link to it in the pinned comments. If you go to the what page, you'll be able to read up on reviews and get an idea of the service. But final word on Ondo, there's no need to be panicking when it's already down 40% from the highs. There's a lot of FUD and misinformation going around, and this shorting that's taking place can quickly cause the price to squeeze. But as I said, short term, it's not anything to really worry about. These VCs don't want to tarnish their reputation because everyone remember a huge 30% candle down and associate them with it, which won't be good for their future projects. But it could be like this. It's longer term where the pain and opportunity cost may show up. Again, not financial advice. It's your choice what you want to do. I'm just telling you how I'm thinking of the situation. Keep an eye on the Ondo over BTC chart. This chart will give you more insight than any random person on Reddit and on X. Thanks for watching.